This is WWE Cult Fan here. I thought I'd do a Blu-ray collection video, and to start them off, I'm going to do them by studios, and I've chosen to do Warner Brothers. The first title is A Charlie Brown Christmas. It also includes It's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown, plus a making of special. They also explain that there is a missing part to the opening sequence. That part is, well, where does Linus land? Well, he hit a billboard sign that states a sponsor, and it's Coca-Cola. The next one is originally an MGM title, but Ted Turner in the mid-'80s bought it out, or he bought the MGM vault out, and this was one of the movies that came with it. It is now released by Warner Brothers. A Christmas Story. Everybody knows the story about this one. Okay, the next movie, or should I say movies, is a triple pack, and it's our first one from New Line Cinema, Mike Myers, and Austin Powers, the trilogy. Yeah, everyone's seen these movies, and in my opinion, they get worse as they go along, but they're still okay to watch. They're still enjoyable. The next one is one of only 2 HBO Blu-rays that I do own, and I did not realize Warner Bros. Released this, but in my opinion, this is the best of the HBO miniseries that was produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. If you can see it there, Band of Brothers. Okay, next up is the first of several steelbooks I do own, and it is the first of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, Batman Begins. I did have this on DVD. I decided to upgrade it to the Blu-ray. Basically, if you have the 2-disc version, it's the same thing. I mean, that's all it is, but still, great movie. Next up is another Ted Turner movie that he bought from the MGM vault. The epic Ben-Hur, starring Charlton Heston. One of the greatest epics of all time. Undisputably all time. An 11 Academy Award winner. And that is a record that is still today. Okay, next up from Warner Brothers, I do not own the original, nor have I seen it. Clash of the Titans, starring Sam Worthington. This is okay. One thing Warner Brothers did wrong with this, they did the post-conversion 3D. That's why I bought the 2D version, and this comes with an alternate ending. Okay, next up, Heath Ledger's best performance of a lifetime, and also the best of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, The Dark Knight. This is the 2-disc Blu-ray version. You can't go wrong with this movie at all. I mean, it was well deserving for Heath Ledger to win the Best Supporting Actor award. Yeah, great movie. And of course, since I got The Dark Knight, why not get The Dark Knight Rises? This is a great follow-up. It's not as good, but still a good movie on its own right. I really do hope they continue the story, but yet it will not be with Christian Bale. It will probably be with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Next up, the Martin Scorsese directed hit movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, and Mark Wahlberg, The Departed. Next up is a movie that I've mainly seen on television, and I've always kind of enjoyed it, and I don't know why. Harrison Ford in The Fugitive. Okay, now I have my first digibook, and this movie, one of the greatest ever Full Metal Jacket. This is the version you want to pick up. Don't pick up the one that has the same cover as the DVD, because the transfer is just horrible. This one, the transfer is great, and look at all that. Next up, another MGM film, Gone with the Wind. And believe it or not, if adjusted for inflation, this is the highest grossing movie of all time. Now, Avatar would be 16th, I believe. Yeah. Gone with the Wind. Now, this movie, I don't know why I bought it. The movie just flat out sucks. The Green Lantern. Yeah, I'm kind of ashamed of myself. Next up, another digibook starring Tom Hanks and the late Michael Clark Duncan, The Green Mile. Right back there's the disc. And hold on, I'll get Full Metal Jacket and you'll see that. Alright, there's the back of it. Has Stanley Kubrick's boxes. And there's the movie. Okay, next up, I originally had this movie on DVD. I decided to get it on Blu-ray. I do have the original movie, Gremlins 2, and there is talk of either another sequel or a reboot. That's just going to be, like, how are they going to do that? Because in this, it was puppets. My guess, they'll go with animation. I hope not. Alright, the next two films, I've yet to watch the second one, but I'll show them both together. Steelbook, The Hangover, and Hangover Part 2. And from what I know, that this one is basically the same thing, but except this one takes place in Thailand, and someone else is getting married. And I said, this is the Steelbook. If I can get it open here. And it's the unrated cut. Next up, another Christopher Nolan film. The only good one that I've seen so far that is not in any association with Batman, and that is Inception, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Next up is a digibook of a movie I did not own on DVD at all, and this is the director's cut. It also includes the theatrical cut. Directed by Frank Oz, starring Rick Moranis, John Candy, and Steve Martin, Little Shop of Horrors. And right there is the disc, with a picture of Steve Martin. Next up is a trilogy, all in the Steelbook. If I can get them all in here. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, I did see The Hobbit. I did enjoy it. Not as much as I enjoy these films right here. Probably my favorite is this one right here. And this next one is just a flat out, really fascinating movie, the digibook of The Matrix. And basically, it's the 2-disc DVD editions again. And if you have the standard Blu-ray edition, it's the same thing. One pile down, one to go. And I did show The Matrix. Well, here is The Matrix sequels, Matrix Reloaded, and Matrix Revolutions. These ones weren't as good, but still enjoyable for some reason. Next up is a movie based on a TV show that starred James Garner. Well, James Garner is also the star in this, but yet he does not play the same role. Starring Mel Gibson, Maverick, and Jodie Foster is also in this, as well as what's his name? Alfred Molina. Yeah, that's who it was. Alright, this collection, which is the Mel Brooks collection, you'll see this in another video, because mainly this is MGM and 20th Century Fox titles, but there is one movie that is a Warner Brothers title, Blazing Saddles, starring Gene Wilder. Next is a disaster movie directed by Wolfgang Peterson, starring Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, and Morgan Freeman, as well as Donald Sutherland. Outbreak. About a deadly virus that attacks this little town thanks to this little monkey. Now, any collector has to collect some Clint Eastwood titles, so I had to pick up The Outlaw Josie Wales, one of his most well-known films, and he also not just starred in it, but he also directed this. Yep, Outlaw Josie Wales. Now, earlier I showed you Band of Brothers. Well, here is the Pacific. Band of Brothers was the war in Europe. Well, this, the war in the Pacific. Produced by Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, and Gary Goetzman. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, this one not as good, but still, it's just a great one. Next up is an entire first season of a show starring Jim Caviezel, Person of Interest. I wish I waited till December to get this. I paid $60 for this, and then I saw prices drop down to like $25. But still, this is a very good show. I recommend you check it out. Next, just like in every collection, you find some crap. This one's okay, but not that great. Yeah, Kevin Costner as Robin Hood. And he does not do an English accent. At least Christian Slater tries. And Kevin Costner doesn't even give an effort at all. Next is another steelbook from Warner Brothers, The Shawshank Redemption. And a lot of people believe that this should have won Best Picture, but it lost to Forrest Gump. And actually, I enjoy this more than I do Forrest Gump. I really do. Starring Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. And sorry about the glare. Next is a couple of movies starring Jude Law, Robert Downey Jr., directed by Guy Ritchie, the modern-day adaptations of Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. This, of course, is obviously the combo pack, Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Well, this one is also a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, but it's the steelbook. Yeah, very nice. Okay, next I'm going to show you all my Superman movies. Got Superman the movie, Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. If I remember right, you will not find the theatrical cut on Blu-ray unless you buy the anthology set. And of course, Bryan Singer's Superman Returns. Come on, Man of Steel, be better. Way better than this one. Well, we go to talking about Man of Steel, which is directed by Zack Snyder, to another Zack Snyder film, 300. The Steelbook edition. If I remember right, this is just the 2-disc DVD on Blu-ray and not the ultimate set that you find in the Digibook. But still, I don't think there's any guy that doesn't like this movie. Next is the only Terminator movie that I have on Blu-ray from Warner Brothers. I do have all of them, but this is Terminator Salvation, which actually I like better than Terminator 3. The best one is Terminator 2. Of course, this one's the one that stars Sam Worthington and Christian Bale, directed by Mick G. Of course, the only thing this is popular for, Christian Bale's rant. That's all it is. Next is Ben Affleck's The Town, the extended cut. Surprisingly, I bought this at a video rental store. It was used, and it still had its ultraviolet copy. I was quite surprised. Anyway, The Town. Okay, I got two triple packs here, but the first one here from New Line Cinema, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 3 movies they did. Of course, the best one is the first one. Second one is okay. Third one, piece of crap. And the next triple pack is a disaster triple pack. Twister, Poseidon, and The Perfect Storm. In my opinion, they should take Twister out of this and put Outbreak in this, because all these other 2 movies, Poseidon and Perfect Storm, directed by Wolfgang Peterson. But anyway, Twister. Actually, my county is mentioned in this. Next, well, winner of 4 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Film Editing, and Best Supporting Actor, Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven, the digibook. Of course, open it up. Of course, take the disc out, and it spells Unforgiven in the back of the book. Next is a movie I finally found late last week. Movie I've been wanting to get for a while. Gene Wilder in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Who knows, maybe one of these days I might get Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Yeah. Based on the same book, just different time. Next, the final of the MGM titles that are on Warner Brothers, the 3-disc Emerald edition of The Wizard of Oz. It has 2 Blu-rays, the movie's on the first disc, special features on the second, and then the third disc, if you can read it back here, is MGM When the Lion Roars, a 6-hour documentary about MGM. And last, of the Warner Brothers titles, the sequel, The Clash of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans. This one, some people may like it, some people may not. A lot of people did not. I thought it was alright. It's not the greatest film ever made, but it's alright. Well, that does it for me, and I'll see you later.